smile because I let go of the chains that were meant to hold me down from destiny. The reason why I laugh because I chose to celebrate every day. I accept the change. Yesterday is gone and today I'm good, but tomorrow I'm expecting more. Forget about the past, move into what's ahead. Better days are here. Everything is changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. Everything is changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. Letting go is hard, but there's no use in holding on to the things that distract you. So I'm pressing on, and I chose to not complain. Adjusting brings on better days. Ooh, yesterday is gone, and today I'm good, but tomorrow I'm expecting more. Forget about the past, move into what's ahead. Better days are here. Everything is changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. Everything is changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. Whoa. Things change, they don't stay the same. Things change, yes they change. Things change, they don't stay the same. Things change, yes they change. Changing, 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 changing. Ooh, change, change, changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. Things don't always stay the same. They change, changing, changing, changing. Things are gonna change, changing, 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 changing. Things change, they change. No matter what I'm going through, changing, changing. Things changing, are gonna change. Yeah. Changing, changing. Yes, I know. Changing, things are gonna changing. Things change, they change.
Things change.
Things change.
They
Shout
don't stay the
out to
same.
my scary people out there today at this Halloween. Halloween.
Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
You celebrate Halloween?
No, I don't really fuck around, but you know, I get a kick out of some of the stupid costumes that I be seeing. You know, people be going all the way out their way to try to shine in them things. You know.
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me because I really never believed in and celebrated Halloween. And it was hard to raise my daughter without doing that. You know, like sending her to school. I would keep her home on those days. We would go to the movies. I would just do like different little harvest things with her because of the fact of what I knew about Halloween. You know? And its narrative. It's where its root came from. Exactly. And we're not going to get into that, but, you know, do your own study. I urge people, do your own study if you want to dig, you know what I mean, and find the root of certain things that's celebrated in today's time. You'll be surprised at what you find.
That's true. That's true. Halloween was always one of those, you know, days we didn't really do too much, just run around and terrorize the neighborhood and, tried to come up on some bags if we could come up on a few of them.
Y'all used to be snap bag
Yeah,
snatching.
we was.
Oh, you was a bag
Yeah,
snatcher.
we was up to no good. We was
You
up
was
to
one of
no
them people we
good.
had to look out for.
Yeah, yeah.
When all you had to do was walk up to the door and say trick or treat
Oh,
too.
you
You
know
didn't have
that
time for that.
back then it was just too much. It was entirely too much. But now, today's time it's crazy. But today is Monday. We
Yeah.
want to say
Be safe with your kids out there.
exactly. We want to say shout out to everybody out there doing their thing. And as usual, every Monday we coming to you live on the Unstoppable Beat, the Unstoppable Tunes, the Unstoppable Network, as you all know. And twitch.tv/Baylife Radio represents us, and we appreciate them every
Yes,
Monday. You know
yes.
what I mean? So we shout out to them, and we just trying to do what we do, which is give this real information about real topics and real understandings going on in Oakland, California, because this is where we from, this is what we love, and this is what we know.
Yes, yes, yes. Speaking of which, we had a great, 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 great turnout for the Girl Power.
Yes.
I think I sent the picture of that. We could get that up. It was really, really nice. Shout out to Lynn Grayson.
Yes, and the
And
Berkeley Junior Jackets, my boy Lo Grayson, who's been on the show before. That event was real inspirational to a lot of young ladies that got a lot of information out of the speakers that got up. The unity that was going on that particular day with all those young babies up in there and them doing their thing, and it was truly a blessing. And,
Yes.
and we all enjoyed that energy, that real positive energy. The young ladies were all kind of on the edge of their seats, really not knowing what to expect next. Like you said, shout out to Lynn. She kept the party moving as it was supposed to be moving, and everybody got something up out of it. And that was
shout out to the parents that
Yeah.
brought their daughters. That the parent and child engagement was wonderful. I love
Yes.
seeing that. I love
Yes.
seeing the parents there supporting the kids, because the thing is that, when you're out and you're working every day, 9 to 5, you're coming home, you're working, you're getting the kids dinner started, you're
Right.
getting them prepared for the next day. Sometimes on the weekend, you just probably want to sleep in. But
Absolutely, yes.
you might want to try hanging out with your kid, having an engagement with your child at least once a week.
At least.
At least once a week.
Right. I mean,
You know.
in today's world, I know how we grew up. My mother, shout out to her. She was doing 2 jobs and everything else that she could do to make sure that house wasn't falling apart. And between me and my sister doing what we did, you know what I mean? And she kept that place together, and I can now sympathize with the situation that I see in today's current with these young single mothers out here doing what they need to do to better themselves, and if it take 2 jobs, they out here hustling. So it's real big, and it's something that's unfortunate that these rates out here that folks is being paid is causing other people to have to work 2 jobs with the high rent and things of that nature. That's just ridiculously, just trying to run a black man up out of Oakland.
Well, they have been pretty successful in running people out of Oakland, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah, under the gender, what is it? Gentrification.
Gentrification, not just gentrification, but just the rent increase. I mean, let's just talk about it.
Right.
Rent is out of control,
truly
especially
is.
here in the Bay Area, in the East Bay specifically.
Yes.
So it's they had the ratings, $100,000 here in the Bay Area
Right.
is on the poverty line. So how could that be? When was $1 million, ever close to being in poverty?
And I keep telling people this because it's truly amazing to me after being gone for 28 years and then to come back to what I've come back to see what Oakland has came to see just the lawlessness and the disrespect for our elders out here, how that's playing out and how people just really just don't necessarily get it. They become so numb to the situation that they just go past it on a daily basis, and it's like, come on
I
now.
have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you think we got to this point? Being somebody who was gone for all this time and now coming back and seeing the lawlessness, seeing how crazy it is, where do you think we dropped the ball? Where was the ball dropped?
Um, well, you always have to start with the political system, because the political system is going to allow things to take place. They're gonna until their card is pulled and they have to step in and act. And in most cases, the homelessness, it skyrocketed. It went crazy, and it got away from them, and now they don't know what to do about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that bad right now. And then with the epidemic of the drugs, it's like the street hustlers literally cut out the way, and the doctor has become the hustler.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because it's not just with adults, but it's happening to kids, as we know from working in the school system and seeing babies getting put on Ritalin and all kind of other different drugs to slow them down from who they are, not knowing the long-term effects of that situation is going to be when these kids get immune to that drug and then want to move on to something else, and then
The
next thing
gateway
you know,
drug, you call it.
right,
The gateway.
next thing you know, they out here on the streets using drugs that ain't prescribed by no doctors. So it's just it's sad that this is what it is. And what we do here at the Unstoppable Stewarts Network is we try to say, somebody hear us, but just don't hear us. Really say, okay, what can I do to make a difference? Because that's what we trying to do.
Yeah.
We have a nonprofit called Guide Ride, giving youth direction everywhere, redirecting youth direction everywhere. And what we're doing there is basically we're telling you to come aboard, help us. And as you help us, we'll help you. Because the kids, they mean the world to us, and what we trying to do is inform on a whole different level. You know what I mean? It's stuff going on in these elementary schools that you guys aren't even aware of. And we trying to really get this message out and get this understanding about what we out here doing.
I mean, go deeper. Go deeper and tell them what's going on. Like, this is what's going on. XYZ.
Yes.
Like, we see the racism in the school. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, it is.
It is racism in the school. Let's talk about how I was just treated at one of our kids' school that we went to.
Yes.
The teacher totally ignored me because she didn't like the fact that I was there. How is she treating this child?
Exactly.
When someone outside of the school is there.
Exactly.
You know, how are you treating them? What people don't understand is that little kids are young people.
Right.
They're little people.
Very impressionable.
Very
also.
impressionable at the same time. It's like my daughter, when she was in elementary school, she would call her teachers on their BS, right?
Right.
And I would tell her, you can't call your teacher on the BS. You got to tell me, and then I'm going to stand for you as an adult, right?
Right.
And so a lot of these kids, they know that they're being ignored.
Yes.
They know that they're not being listened to.
Right.
And like the other day, one of our kids was getting kicked out for making a water balloon glove.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a whole nother student running around the school.
Yeah.
Playing with one.
With one in their hand, and nobody was saying nothing.
Nobody said anything
so
to that child.
It's basically like, if there's not a protocol set in place that applies to everybody.
Yeah.
It has to apply to everybody. You can't just be one-sided or use it when you feel the discretion because it's a child that you necessarily don't like.
Yeah.
And you want to, find a reason to call them out each and every possible time that you can.
Exactly, because here it is. The child is in the principal's office, but she sees someone come in playing with a water balloon glove,
Yes,
and he's not in trouble. She sees this.
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much of that, going on, that this is where the awareness comes in. That's what we advocate for when we are at these schools trying to get this message out, to say that there are various programs in place that uh, parents aren't aware of, that we constantly keep telling y'all about in each and every episode that we promote on this podcast, because that's what it's about. It's about the awareness of what we out here doing, and inspiring and motivating. And shout out to all the other nonprofits that's really on that page, that ain't, out here just trying to suck the money out some shit and not really put it back to where it's supposed to be. So we
Yes.
commend those individuals that's really in this fight for the fight of it, and we see them out here, and we just want to commend those that's doing that good work, because you got to get into some good trouble to get to come out with some good work, and every day that's what we trying to do. When we hear these mothers out here, you know what I'm saying, at wits end, really not knowing which way to go with their kids, we here to try to say, okay, hold on, let's come with another agenda, sit down and come with another plan, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, help that mother that's going through some real stuff.
Yeah, we got a call this week from a parent who was at her wits end. We've been working with her daughter since last year, and to hear a mother cry, and to hear a mother say, "I'm ready to give up on my child," and my child is 10, she got a long way to go.
Right.
She got a long way to go. She got a whole nother 8 years. And then really when they turn 18, the job is really not over.
And then just imagine what that young girl is hearing, as her mother is constantly just bashing her with negativity about not wanting her, and hating that she here, and wishing she never had her, and just all this shit. And so as you continuously compound that ignorance on top of this young lady's head, then you send her into a spiral that once she do get of age, she turns that anger towards you. Because we've seen young kids kill their parents, and everybody is in horror. Like, well, why in the hell did this happen?
Yeah.
But you not knowing that child might have been getting terrorized in the house the whole time, and just lost it, and finally said enough is enough. But us as a society, hear somebody kill they parent, and automatically assume, oh, that was the most barbaric thing you could have ever done. But an individual don't take the time out to really see, like, well, what was that person really going through?
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with these politics. And I say politics as in politricks that's going on out here with these different, people in power that ain't really coming down here to the flatlands and seeing what's going on with folks.
Right.
It's the same scenario. Like, you literally just gonna sit back in your chair wherever you at in your office and get reports about a place you ain't really never even been to, or hung out in, or lived at, or pride has kept know anybody in that section.
Yeah, they're making policies and everything for a community that they have no connection to.
Absolutely.
That's the problem.
And that's why we try to, just put that information out here at the Unstoppable Stewarts, that, the council people that we've had on here to talk about their different agendas. We hope and pray that individuals that are able and doing what they supposed to be doing, to get out there and vote and really change the narrative in this community, because right now it's got to come from there. And then from there, if we get the right people in, then we can work together to get the necessary bills and laws and shit that we got to get passed. But if you got somebody up in there that ain't wanting to listen to what the public got to say, the people that actually put them there, it's going to be a problem. And that's what's happening right now. So don't be a part of the problem out there and say, well, man, I hate who's in office, but you didn't take your behind down there to vote, to, you know what I'm saying, to voice your opinion. You got to really put in the work. It's about putting in the work, and that's what we talk about here at the Unstoppable Stewarts. You got to put in the work. We putting in the work to get this message out here to you, to say, you know what I'm saying, you ain't alone, And if you need us, we got you. You always can hit us up at area code 510-563-7819 and tap into the Unstoppable Stores over at YouTube. And over there, you can catch us at The Unstoppable Stewarts and catch every episode. If you ain't able to catch us live, you can definitely go over there and catch us.
Backtrack.
Because this information that we giving to y'all, we giving it to you raw.
Yes. Again, if you guys have any questions you have for us, please, 510-563-7819. Call in and talk to us.
Yes.
We don't bite. We don't bite.
No, we don't. And the issues be real and raw. So, if it's about Oakland and there's something out there that's pissing you off, come holler at us. Let us know what's pissing you off, and so that we could put some energy behind that. And if it's a real anger that's got something really that could benefit not just you but a whole bunch of us, we trying to make something happen.
Yes, and
we trying to go straight to the politicians and say enough is enough. This is what we doing. This is what we need. This is what we want.
Yeah. Someone, I was in a conversation today because there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of things in the Bay Area. And shout out, like he said, to all of them. It's time for us all to really come together and unite collectively. But I would like to see, and this is one of the things that I'm going to be pushing for in the new politicians that's coming in, is for us to put mechanics and home ec and all of these different things, wood shop, back in the schools. We have got to put this stuff back into the schools.
Absolutely.
Because if not, again, everyone's child is not going to the NFL.
Right.
Everyone's child is not going to the NBA, okay?
Right.
We need to know how to pick up some trades and work, because no matter what, people will always still need their hair done.
Right.
So I'm going to collab with some of these places to teach these young girls how to do hair if that's what they want to do.
Absolutely.
To start, leading and guiding them in that. A lot of these young ladies like to put on wigs. Let's teach them how to do that.
Right.
And let's teach them how to make money putting them on.
Exactly.
They want to do lashes and all of that stuff. Let's teach them how to do this.
Right.
Let's get this into the schools and get them interested in something, because if not, that's where that prostitution pipeline is coming from.
Absolutely.
But to the girls, they just gonna go from school to 15th.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
is it 15th Ave?
It's 20, everything from 15th to 22nd.
No.
And international is real sad.
Yeah.
And if you down there and I tell you to your face, if you really saying that you about that life and you pimping, you're not pimping when you sending somebody under 16 to a hostro.
Okay.
Under 16 and over 16 to 25 is not cool. It's completely wrong, and you can't get no stripes for that. So please don't put the pimping in front of your name if that's what you're doing. Trust and believe it.
Yeah.
That's what you're not doing.
That's what you're not doing.
We're not promoting that here. That's what we're not doing. We uplifting and empowering folks.
Yeah.
Our community didn't see that for far too long. It's generations of that stuff that's going on.
Yeah, it is. It's generational.
It's deep.
That's for sure. It's generational, deep. But this is the things that we need to bring back in.
Yes.
We used to have wood shop. Did they have wood shop when you was in school?
Absolutely.
Wood shop, mechanics. They had. I mentioned home ec, right?
Yeah,
home ec taught the girls how to stitch, sew, taught them how to cook.
All that.
We still need to know how to do these things,
Yes.
Really.
Exactly. I mean, it's the basic fundamentals.
It's the basic fundamentals.
Because the way that it's getting, it's like, I say in the next 5 or 6 years, or like right now, my grandson, he probably won't ever use a pen. He won't have to use one.
Yeah. Because of the typing.
The typing.
Do you know that they really my nephew went to a private school here in Oakland, and my sister was concerned about his spelling, and they literally told him, he's 26 now, but when he was in elementary school, they said to her, "Oh, we're not worried about his spelling because spell check."
Imagine
that's when spell check first started. So look where we are now.
Right.
So they're not caring about spelling. They're not even caring about writing, like
and
you
then
said.
and then AI is so raw.
AI,
I mean, you look at AI, like you can literally ask AI anything and it'll put it together for you. So it just shows you the level of how they're literally telling you, oh, you ain't got to use your brain for shit.
yeah.
Just go ahead and kick on back. We're gonna do everything
Yeah.
for you.
And then when all that stuff comes to a halt, then what? People aren't going to know how to write. People
no signatures. I don't know how to do that. How you do that?
Yeah, how do you do
Yeah,
that? What
where
is
they do that at?
How do you do that?
You
What
know
is a
what I mean?
pen? What is ink?
Right.
Like, you know?
Exactly. That's what they trying to do with gasoline, because in the next 30 years, cars with engines is gonna be obsolete.
Well,
they just trying to figure out a way. They trying to figure out a way how to put all them gas stations in that's electric, and that they can economically incline on. If you put $50 worth of gas in your car, how much electricity can I give you? This is the kind of shit that they got somebody right now sitting somewhere off somewhere to trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Trust to believe it.
Yeah. Well, they would have to
it.
figure it out because it's not enough electric stations for me.
Well,
I would be on the side of the road.
Well, just
okay,
imagine
with my
this.
thumb out.
Just imagine this. 150 years ago, somebody was pissed off that they had to get off their horse and carriage to get into this crazy looking thing that they call a car.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
I ain't getting off my horse.
I ain't getting off my horse. My horse getting me everywhere it's supposed to get me. You want me to get in that?
Look, my horse backs up, it turns around.
Exactly. Exactly.
It can do a U-turn too.
Yeah. So when you start putting it into perspective and you just really look at it, we're at the beginning stages of what this movement is about to be. And like I say, we probably won't be here to see the finishing product, but trust and believe that's where they headed, because it's the same pattern of what they did with the gasoline.
With the Honda commercial I saw this weekend, okay, Honda plans to be in space.
Yes.
They already showed their little space car.
Absolutely.
Honda is not getting left behind in this evolution called life.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
It's real big, and if individuals pay attention to it, you'll see it right before your eyes.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
It's not a game. I mean, we used to laugh at the Jetsons cartoon years ago, and everything in that cartoon has truly become a thing of normalcy now. Only thing ain't happening yet is a flying car, and it's coming.
Exactly. It's coming. Oh, that's what I said. Honda, that commercial is out. Right now, they got the Honda with the little two wheels, the little fan, the little two engines on it. I saw it.
Everything else, if you ever watched the Jetsons cartoon, everything else is now happening from that cartoon.
It's now happening, yes.
And that's crazy.
Well, I think it's time for us to get out of here and pay some bills.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing.
And take our little break. We will come back to you.
In a hot minute. Y'all know what it is.
Are you ready to honor the legacy of my brother and hip-hop legend, Shock G, and make a difference in the community? Show your support for the East Oakland Collective, EOC, by purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt designed by Shamari Smith. It's available at beatsforhope.com. My brother Shock G was a multi-platinum hip-hop pioneer and producer who was deeply committed to helping the community, culture, and music of his time. His vision for helping humanity was honorable and has inspired people to come together and see to those that need important attention and love. By purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt, you are supporting the EOC, which helps provide essential services in East Oakland. Together, we can make a difference as we honor Shock G's legacy and support our friends at the EOC. Get your Shock G Humpty t-shirt today.
Welcome to Sweet Fingers, where the flavors of Jamaica come alive. Our talented chefs blend authentic Jamaican ingredients with a touch of love and passion. From tender oxtail stew to flavorful coconut shrimp to our snapper fish, we serve up the best of Jamaican cuisine. Whether you're looking for a taste of Jamaica or an unforgettable dining experience, Sweet Fingers is the place to be. Feel the rhythm, taste the spice, and immerse yourself in the vibrant Jamaican nightlife at our restaurant, where every night becomes a celebration of island flavors and unforgettable experiences. Come and experience the soulful flavors of Jamaica today. nobody does it like Sweet Fingers, baby.
What's going on, y'all? It's Chewy Gomez out here with the Lava May folks. These folks are doing a great job and a great service to the community for those folks out there that are homeless, and not even the homeless. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are using this that aren't homeless, right?
It's true, yeah. There's a lot of low-income folks or folks that are housed in places where maybe the showers don't work, or they're unsavory, or maybe they're not private or not always hot. So we do serve primarily houseless folks on the street.
Now, folks taking a shower, they don't want to get back in their dirty clothes. Is there an option for them to get some clothes at all here? I don't know.
We do have clothing donations. You know, it's all donation-based, so the stock fluctuates. But we do have a lot of volunteers or even community members that bring clothes out. So we typically do stock underwear and socks always. If you got goods.
Oh, nice. So if you guys got some socks, you guys care to donate, you got some extra shirts. You know, we all outgrow our shirts. I'm into a 3X now, so I got to donate my 2Xs. But yo, get down there and connect with lavamay.org and make your donations.
So if you want to help out, you can do it right now by purchasing one of these shirts here. Go to beatsforhope.com. And get one of these Beta LA Lava May shirts. All proceeds are going to be going right here to the lavamay.org organization. Thank you for your time, man. Yeah. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Right now we need some love.
I'm Daryl Allums. I'm Executive Director of Adam Inc. Village Stopping Our Kids Movement. I'm also the founder of the Oakland Frontline Healers. Oakland Frontline Healers are an Oakland, California service in the African American community that's impacted by the COVID-19 crisis right now. We are on the front line every day, passing out masks, hand sanitizer, giving them groceries, taking our loved ones, getting tested, out here serving our community while the pandemic is going on. Oakland Frontline Healers also supporting our loved ones have dealt with community gun violence, police violence, domestic violence, and any violence that's tapped onto that. We're here to support our community however we possibly can.
All right, we back. We always supporting our community, and we supporting this hour-long show that we do every Monday, and we asking y'all to continuously keep watching and tapping into this real information that we giving you on twitch.tv/Bay Life Radio. You know what it is, and you always could call us at area code 510-563-7819.
Yes. Let's check in. Let's do some checking in.
Okay.
I got something coming up. You got something coming up, right?
On what?
Something coming up. We have something coming up. Yes, November 7th.
Oh, yeah. That's what's going down. That's that Fly Girl movement. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing the turnout on that. That's going to be real cool to see all the sisters come through and that sisterhood get promoted, you know what I mean? Like we did with Fab when we did the wellness check for the Thug Therapy, you know what I mean? So it's going to be that same type of vibe. And we hoping that the sisters, you know, get this information and you get out there and really, you know, tap into what's going on with yourself.
Yeah, you know, this is a much needed wellness check-in. A lot of times you and I are out and we see what we see. Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of ladies are out here looking for love, right?
In the wrong places.
And I'm here to say, because I've had people, you know, say, oh, marriage looks good on you. And, you know, you look so happy. Well, we are happy. That's fact.
Yeah. And then again, I mean, how does marriage look?
Yeah.
You say it looks good on you, but truly,
yeah,
how
like
does
it's an
it look?
outfit. Like you just put on the whole
I
outfit.
didn't know it was something we be walking around in like we looking married. I didn't know you looked married.
Well, the thing is that it's a lot of ladies looking for love, and what I say, and you can vouch for me, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Is that I was happy before Lavelle found me.
Right.
In order for him to find me, I was shining like a white diamond.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of females are not happy within and happy and confident within themselves.
Exactly.
And so it's no way to attract love if you don't love yourself. You have to first love yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't are not in a space where you like to be with yourself.
Yes.
When if you don't like to be with you, why you think another person would want to be with you?
Exactly. I mean, gotta love yourself first.
And I mean, you can tell this from a male standpoint, and what males look for when they are out, like really and truly, you can see a woman who has low self-esteem, low confidence.
Yeah, I mean that's an easy conquest. It's just like a hunter out for his prey. You know what I mean? What's gonna happen is that the one that you gonna end up eating on is gonna separate themselves from the pride anyway. So once they do that, then that's who you go after. It's because you really ain't got no intentions to try to make nothing last with this.
Right.
And then there are, challenges when you come into that challenge where, you vibing with a woman and everything is going the way that it's going, but there is a challenge to this lady. It's you find yourself intrigued by the things that you see her do and what she is about. And so once that happens, then that's a whole nother level. But then just the fundamental of the chase of just going out here and just doing something, that's a whole nother game.
Right. Right.
So
right.
it's a trip. It's truly a trip.
It all boils down to loving yourself, I think, at the end of the day.
And you have to, but I mean, a lot of people, they be looking for that self gratification and then wound up and getting caught up in something that they don't really need to be in, instead of investing in who you really want to be with.
Yeah, investing in who you really want to be with, and then going into that conversation of settling. Like, what are you settling for? Like,
right.
Are you settling for him coming over at night and being gone in the morning time? Are you settling because you know?
And some women is content with that. Some brothers is gonna beat the sun up before they they ain't gonna be there. They gonna beat the sun up. And so when a woman allows that to happen, then it's unfortunately it's a lot of what happens to a woman is because she allowed it to.
Right.
If she stood up and said that I'm not this type of person, you just gonna be coming over here jumping on me and then leaving before the sun up, then either he gonna leave her alone or he gonna have to change his ways.
What about that woman? What about that woman who is okay with it though? She's okay with what little you have to give. What if she's okay with that?
She might be at a place in her life where she just don't want to be committed. She just need some affection, and instead of going to buy a piece of plastic, she chose to actually have a warm body there.
Okay.
So that could be that case too. I mean, you can't be mad at a sister for that. I mean, she got to do what she got to do. I mean, but I would think that would be stipulated within the relationship. See, communication would be the best form of understanding in a situation like that, so that nobody get misunderstood.
Yeah, because everybody don't want to be married, and I get that. Everybody don't want the responsibility of a husband or a responsibility of a wife.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's like the communication thing. If you communicate with that person instead of trying to play games with them, we don't run the risk of more women being fucked up in the head because they've been misled and told something only to find out later that wasn't the case. That's what we trying to avoid. So just be straight up. You'd be surprised what a woman is willing to accept and what she ain't willing to accept.
What about that woman who's afraid? Like, she may not like what's going down, but she's afraid to say something. She's afraid that he might leave if she says something. What about her?
That's a self-esteem situation. She is caught up in the self-esteem situation because now she's dumbing down from who she is as a woman, because she is that type of woman that will say something, and now she's in fear of that. She's willing to dumb herself down to accept that, and that's not cool.
No, because she'll never know what she could have done.
Absolutely.
Like, she could have stood up for herself, and he probably would have said, I'm not doing that.
And would have appreciated an opinionated woman, a woman who has a say and ain't just going to accept everything that's told to her.
Okay.
That's going to
Men
get
don't
old
like
after
that?
a while. That's
Men
going
don't
to
like
get
that?
old after a while.
Okay. All right.
That's going to get old. It's gonna get old after a while, and then that's a level of respect is lost in a situation like that.
Right.
And it just goes downhill to the point that eventually there is no respect.
Right, because at the end of the day, where does the respect? Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why boundaries and all of that stuff got to be stipulated from the jump, so that it don't be no misunderstandings when you have those like that. Stuff got to be addressed and spoke on right then and there, so that a person don't go on thinking that's okay and then it's really not.
Right. Right.
So that's
It's called nipping it in the bud.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's extremely serious.
Let's nip this in the bud now,
Yeah.
okay?
And these same relationship conversations that we have, it all goes back to what we do in the schools with these kids.
Yeah.
It's like when we need these kids to be able to identify with who we are, speak to us so that we can help them. But right now they in a situation where they scared to talk.
Yeah.
And then when they scared to talk, it just compounds on top of that to the point to where it's like a pedal keg. And once that thing explodes, it's all bad.
Yeah.
It's truly all bad, and we've seen it in recent years, with the school shootings and all of that. These kids was all crying out for some type of acceptance. The kids who didn't get killed by the police when they stormed into the schools, virtually all of them, they all spoke about either being bullied or not heard or being mistreated at home, or just something that just finally triggered that whatever they was going through to say, okay, I'm going to go out here and do whatever I did. But it's a pattern, and that pattern is still going on with some kids who just ain't to that extreme to want to go and hurt somebody at their school, but it's killing them inside.
Yeah.
And they don't have nobody to reach out and talk to, and that's unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate.
Yeah, we talked about this when we had Renee on the show. Like, we have to start getting comfortable with sitting on the couch, if you will.
Yes.
Talking to someone about your issues. It may not be your pastor. It may not be your mother or your sister. It could be someone that you really confide in. Get it out. Talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
Because I think, we hold things in, and especially now with suicide on the rise within the teen community.
And I tell people all the time that suicide has no type of facial expression. It don't have no body language. Your voice don't change. It is nothing. A person can just look perfectly normal to you. As we've always heard so many times in the media that, when a person does something like that, I didn't see any signs. Yeah, because there are no signs to see.
No.
Because what's happening in between somebody's ears is something that we can't see as human beings. We have no knowledge of that until it actually happens. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when it's truly an unfortunate thing, but it's like, an individual got to start investing in working on themselves and saying, when things hurt, let folks know that it hurt. When you're going through things mentally, talk to somebody. Because if you don't, and you sit there and you just allow that energy to just suppress on you, then somebody at work say a simple good morning or hello, and you just spin off and just commence to cussing them out, or your significant other ask you what you wanted for breakfast, and you start flashing. So it's so many reasons why an individual has to know himself to be able to hold those type of emotions in check. And then when you can't hold them in check yourself, reach out to somebody and ask for some help.
Yeah. Yep. It's no other way around it. That's what it is, okay? For real. It's nothing else to be said. That's when you say period, dot. Okay.
Shout out to my brother Ali over there at CYO, running that Healthy, Wealthy, Wise class.
Yes.
He was always pushing the line about that, and he was, real instrumental in getting that point across to me, and I never forgot that information, because it was real information that I said, I need to take this in and, wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you about to get married. He used to tell me, you about to get married, young man. You got to do X, Y, and Z, and then just wear it.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about how it fit, because it's eventually gonna be tailor made to you. but you got to put it on. You have to wear it.
Yeah.
And that's with anything that we do. You know, you sing. The big homie is a DJ. Y'all had to go through a process where you had to wear that outfit, and it might have been tight sometimes. It might have been uncomfortable, but you kept it on to eventually it got cool enough to where you could dance up in that joint and do whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's familiar to
you. Got comfortable like in your own skin,
yes,
if you will.
yes, yes. And
Yeah.
that's how construction was for me. It when I dove back into it and I got to learning the different symmetrics and measurements and understanding different things, building and stuff like that, it just came to me, you know. But unfortunately, my body wasn't ready for all of that. But yeah, that same energy.
That same energy.
Same energy. At the Unstoppable Stewarts, you're hearing it first right here on our podcast every Monday from 3 to 4 p.m. You know what we doing, PST time. Always coming to you live and direct, twitch.tv/BayLife Radio. And you could always tap in and call in at 510-563-7819. And like I said, for those of you that's workaholics out there doing your thing, and shout out to you, you could always go to YouTube and catch us at The Unstoppable Stewarts. Tap it in and
subscribe.
Yes,
Please
yes,
subscribe.
Yes, because we here for y'all. This is what we do, you know, on a daily basis, giving it back. Because community first is what we try to implement and what we do. Because at the end of the day, when you walking this walk and you doing what you're supposed to do, people going to see it. They're going to gravitate to it like moths to light. And when they gravitate to it, the energy is just, you know, it's so positive, and it's just a beautiful thing to be able to cipher this type of energy out when I was young, like some of these youngsters out here, and was so dark and traumatized mentally, not really knowing which way I was supposed to be going, and dared to try to ask anybody for help.
Yeah.
Help was not even a
thought.
A thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then years later, when I got to prison in the beginning and how things were ran in there, it still wasn't a thought. You had to learn on your own. You had to really say, I want to change my way of thinking and how I see life. Mm-hmm. And that's with anybody out here. It's whether you living in impoverished circumstances or not. It's upon you to say enough is enough. And here at the Unstoppable Stewarts, all day, every day is enough of being stressed out, of being worried, of being neglected, of being traumatized. When you're going through all of that, we say enough is enough, and we inspire you to be better than that, because you are better than that. And we tell you to your face, behind your back, and wherever you at, we're going to tell you that you are truly better than your circumstances, because you can be somebody.
And this is the thing. We have to get out of, as a community, when somebody asks you how you doing, we be like, oh, yeah, we fine, or I'm fine. Really? Tell the truth.
Yes.
Tell the truth. You know what? I'm your strong friend, but I'm not okay today.
Right.
I'm not okay today.
Exactly.
I'm not okay. Why? This is why I'm not okay. Like, we have to not be surface with each other.
Exactly.
And the flip side of that is people want to let you in, right?
Yes.
But then some of you guys have what you call phone ministry, and you get off the phone with them and you got to tell somebody, another woman, that you fixed her crown.
Right.
No, you don't have to do that. Fix your sister's crown, and then you ain't got to gossip about fixing her crown.
No.
And getting her together. That's what we have to get more into, a sisterhood. And this is what we are about November 7th.
Yes.
I don't know if we can get that flyer up, but it's November 7th.
The Fly Girl thing, y'all. Come
Fly
on
Girl
through.
Therapy. It's a wellness check-in for ladies.
Yes. Y'all come through there and be inspired, be motivated by the speakers that's going to be speaking, be motivated by the energy and all the women that's going to come together and sit down and really try to square out and iron out some things. I said square out, but iron out some things.
Yeah, so it starts it's from 6 to 9, It's going to be held at Oak Stop. That's 1723 Broadway, Suite 201, Oakland, California. Again, that is 1721 Broadway, Suite 201. Again, this is Tuesday, November 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it'll be 2 hours. We have Chantel Herndon speaking. Yours truly, myself, will be speaking. And Miss Tanisha Cannon will be speaking. It's going to be a great time.
Yes.
Definitely mark your calendars for that. Because I think, yeah. Oh, so you know what? We will have another Monday. So I'll get to promote this again that week too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's the next day. It's the 7th after our next show. So.
Absolutely. That's going to be a blessing. We're going to look forward to that. Like I said, ladies, it's something that we all ask that you really come out and support. Those of you who might be sitting up saying, oh, that don't pertain to me, I ain't going to get nothing up out of it, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, don't
Seriously,
say that.
don't knock it till you try it. Go up there and really sit down and see exactly what the fuss is about, and from there, make some things happen.
Like you guys did. It's just like come and surrender.
Yes.
Just surrender. Leave your masks behind. This is real conversation. It's real topics that we're going to be talking about, and just getting down and dirty. Like I said, take the mask off, take your lashes off, take your lipstick off. Come, be ready to cry, be ready to laugh, be ready to do some internal healing.
Yes, and be inspired.
Be inspired.
I mean, sure. the thing is to inspire and motivate and congratulate, because some of y'all have had some traumatic upbringings and went through some real cold situations that a lot of us couldn't even understand. But we stand with you, we stand for you, and we ain't with the funnies. And whatever needs to be said and exposed is going to stay in that room. It's not going to leave unless you want it to leave. So we ask that, you come, you sit, you pay attention, and get some real information.
Yeah. Real information.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what it's about.
Real information. That's what we're about. Real information, real things, real topics. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, if you logged on to the Unstoppable Stewarts and you thought we was going to be with the buffooneries, this is the 1 hour where you can kind of like reflect and get a little peace of mind and some understanding, because we talking about issues that are near and dear to us every day as people who are from the Bay Area, who live in Oakland and experience this community all of our lives. We ask that, you come on here, you see what we doing, you understand it, and you take whatever you need to take from this podcast, and you go out there and you put it to use, because that's what we doing. That's why we Unstoppable up in here every Monday, because we trying to put this positive narrative to use. There's so much negative that we can speak on. We can highlight it. We can glorify it and wrap it up in a pretty ass bow for you to see. But that ain't what this is about, because so many of us have been traumatized by that glitter, by that glam.
Yep. Yeah. It's real talk. I sit here like, dang, one day, back in the day,
yes,
we used to be a part of the problem here in the Bay Area.
Absolutely.
And it feels good to sit in this seat and be a part of the solution today. That's what makes me feel good.
Yes,
being a part of the solution.
Because I tell people all the time, when I talk to young kids and their parents sit there in the audience and they hear me, and I say I come from where these kids come from, and if they don't watch what they doing, they headed to where I just left, and it's a fact. And once they get up in there, all that hollering for your mama and wishing she could help you, all that's out the window.
Mama can't help you.
Mama can't help you get up out of there. You put yourself in that situation, you're gonna have to deal with that. And hopefully you are mentally and physically equipped to deal with that, because it's not a game. And it's going to weigh on you. It's going to pry at you. It's going to do everything it could possibly do to try to break you in half. And if you ain't strong, you will tap out. I done watched many of men up in there thinking they had it all figured out and under control and got wiped right out. And that happens out here.
Yep.
You know.
Right here in the streets.
Yeah, folks be playing that part like they from a vantage point from the curb, you looking at them like, man, they shining. They got this,
right. They
that,
got
and the
that.
third.
Yeah.
But really, it's so hollow and it ain't none of it real. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. Like social media. I keep telling these people, stop comparing yourself to people on social media.
Yes.
I'll never forget. I don't know if you guys remember this. I don't know if you remember, but I think it was Lil Wayne. It was an artist, and he was on a Southwest plane, but he posted that he was on a private jet.
Right.
And somebody saw him on the Southwest plane and was like, no, you ain't, and busted him totally out.
Right.
And from that, I was like, I won't believe anything. You understand? Not unless I was there.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because there's a lot of fronting going on and people sitting back comparing their lives to people. You comparing yourself to, you don't even know what you comparing yourself to.
Exactly.
You don't know how they got it. And if it's theirs.
Truly,
in today's time.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. It's like, is it real or is it Memorex? That old school commercial.
Right.
Is it live or is it Memorex?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad. But like I said, we bringing that hour of positive influence, and we hope that it seeps up out of this screen into you.
Yes.
And we ask that you have a blessed week and keep doing what you're doing. And if, like we said, if you can't log on live, you can catch us at The Unstoppable Stewarts at our YouTube page. Tap in, get at us, and
give them the Instagram too. We're The Unstoppable Stewarts on Instagram. At Unstoppable Stewarts.
Absolutely. And Facebook is
Unstoppable Stewarts.
So as you see, we are The Unstoppable Stewarts.
Yes.
Those of you young ladies and young men Halloweening tonight, stay safe.
Please stay safe. Is it tonight or tomorrow? It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah.
The 31st is tomorrow?
Yeah.
My bad. I'm so sorry.
But they do be having like little community events or whatever. You guys just be careful.
Yeah.
Whenever you do go trick-or-treating, and just be careful. Be careful.
Because it's not a game out here.
And parents, check the kids' candy.
Please.
You know, there's crazies out here.
Please. And on that note,
all right, y'all.
God bless y'all.
Looking back on what it was, knowing I would rise above, of having the feeling of tumbling buildings.